The most recent ELC update brought us a brand new game pass, the map editor, for a whopping 500 Robux. In this video, we're diving into the top 12 best map editor templates made by the ELC community so far. If you head over to the official PRC Discord, you'll see that only 84 templates have been shared to date, which, let's be honest, isn't a huge number. And that's probably because this thing costs 500 Robux. Yeah, it's not cheap at all. I feel like this is just another excuse for PRC to make a little bit more cash. But hey, I went through all of them and picked out the 12 absolute best templates that really stood out to me. These are creative, well designed, and definitely worth checking out. So in this video, we're going to be loading them in my server and we're going to be looking at them from up close. I've got 12 of these to go through, so I'm going to try and spend as little time as possible on each one while showing them in the most amount of detail as possible. Alright, we're going to start off pretty simple with a high rock border. Let me quickly copy and paste the code in my game. Alright, here we are in High Rock Park. I'm going to go up here so we can have a little before and after. So here we go, we have this imported layout. Let's load it. 3, 2, 1, and there we go. We've got our high rock border. I thought it was gonna go all the way to here, but I guess not. Here we go, let's check it out. Actually, why don't I go into my car? I'm gonna try and drive through this thing. Okay, here we go, very nice entrance. I'm loving the layout of this thing. Okay, here we go. So we've got a little speed bump here. We turn into one of these two lanes, and I guess this is where one of the border patrol agents is supposed to stand. He's supposed to check my passport, etc. And there we go. When he lets me through, the gate opens and I go over here. I can either go into High Rock Park or I can just park right over here. So this place is actually really well designed. You've got all these parking spots, which is smart, and then you've got this little section where you have a bus stop, you've got picnic tables, you've got a barbecue, you've got a garbage. This is kind of like for people that are on a road trip or whatever and they want to stop by. It's really neat. I feel like this is such a nice little touch, and you've really got the whole thing blocked off with barricades. Now if we want to exit, it's pretty much the same thing. We just go back through here, and there we go, the gate opens and we can just turn either to our left or to our right. Actually, we can't turn left. That was a really cool first design. Definitely not the most original one we're going to see, but still very nicely done. Okay, the second one we have is at the Liberty County Jail. Let me copy and paste the code. All right, I copied the code and now I'm at the jail. Let's see how this thing looks. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, and there we go. So doesn't look too overwhelming right now. It's pretty simple from the outside, obviously, but there's actually a lot of detail and a lot of attention that has gone into this template, and let me show you why. All right, well, first you've got a nice little entrance here, a few barricades, a few lights, but it's inside you really start seeing the detail. Here you can see this guy has put a few chairs in front of the interrogation room, and if we go inside of here, he's put a light. Now if we go into the cell block, you can see he's put a barrier right there, and he's put a trash can in the corner, another trash can here in the viewing room, a camera where the criminals take their mug shots, a chair at the lobby, another trash can, a little thing here for the prison bus, and the courtyard is really cool as well. As you can see, he's put a barrier here so you could walk criminals inside without them escaping. He's got multiple lights, he's got picnic benches, he of course has trash cans, and for some reason he's got bus stops as well. I'm not sure what these are supposed to be. But yeah, this is an example of a very simple design, but that's still really well made and can really complement your prison roleplays. It just adds a ton of these small little touches that just make roleplaying so much better. Anyways, now we're moving on to the cooler. Oh my gosh. Now we're moving on to the cooler stuff. Here we've got a FEMA hospital for hazmat or state of emergency RPs. The entire hospital is surrounded by a fence line with one entry point. The back side of the hospital has tents in the event the main hospital becomes overcrowded. All right, let's copy this code and go to the hospital. Alrighty, here we are at the hospital. Let's load this thing in. There we go. Wow, this is pretty crazy. There are a lot of stuff to check out. I feel like looking at this thing during the nighttime would look a little better. Yeah, I think it does. All right, so here we go. We're entering the facility from the only entry point, apparently. So here we go. That's the single entry point of this whole place. There should not be any other entry points. You can see the whole thing is blocked off by both road barriers and these wooden fences. This thing is very, very secure. And here, if we head to the back of the hospital, you can see multiple tents in the event that the hospital becomes overcrowded. These things can be used for quarantines or housing more medical staff. I really, really love this. And you can see there's like supplies here as well, like water supplies. This thing is amazing. So no, it does not look like there's anything in the hospital. Maybe that's one thing they could improve. But other than that, I really like this setup. It is absolutely amazing. Definitely my favorite one so far. It is super, super original. I love that there's only one single entry point and that the whole entire hospital is blocked off by 2 levels of barricades. Anyways, now we've got a very efficient detour on Freedom Avenue. What does that mean? I don't know. Based off JMW's film GTA 5 Detour series, I decided to make my own in ELC. It is very limited due to the prop max, but it offers many confusing routes and a toll area so you can extort people for many monies. What? If you don't know how the routes work, then don't ask me, I don't even know. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, not gonna lie, I'm a little scared about this one. I don't even know what it's supposed to be. Apparently it's from a film, like a GTA 5 film, I'm not sure, and apparently it's meant to be confusing. Let's see. All right, there we go. It should be loaded. I don't see anything quite yet. Oh, I see a barricade over there. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. What? Okay, let's try and go through this thing. This is like a maze. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go through these barricades and these speed bumps. Oh my gosh, where am I even supposed to go? What? Okay, what the? Okay, wait. We gotta retrace our steps here. I want to go that way. All right, so let me go through here. This is such a nightmare. What the heck? Can't even make a good turn here. There we go. After like 10 adjustments, I'm finally here. What on earth? I can't even go through here. Okay, this is just a very confusing... Like, I don't know what this is supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be confusing. Actually, let me look up what this guy is supposed to do. Okay, I searched JMW Films GTA 5 Detour series, and I'm not seeing many things. Like, I don't know what this is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be some sort of parkour course? I really don't know. If you guys know anything about this, make sure to tell me in the comments down below because I'm actually curious. Anyways, I guess this is supposed to be a representation of the Detour series in ELC. Not too sure what that is. I'll probably find out one day, but yeah, this is pretty cool. If this is truly what he wanted to make, if his intention was truly to make this as confusing as possible, then he definitely succeeded. We are officially done with a third of our map editor templates. We've got only 8 to go. Yes, 8 is a lot. Now the next one is definitely going to be underwhelming, but don't worry, I'll explain why I thought it was so good. So here we go, let's load it real quick. As you can see, this template is a bank construction template, and there's 2 main reasons why I chose to show this to you guys. First of all, the bank is a new building, so I kind of wanted to showcase it a little bit, but most importantly, I thought this was very well made while being pretty simple. As you can see, this is a very simple construction. You've got the materials here, you've got scaffolding on the left side of the bank, and you've also got materials on the roof, which looks actually pretty cool. And if you look through the PRC Discord, you'll find that a lot of people have decided to do similar construction on many different buildings in River City. For example, I think someone did construction on the Liberty Cafe, someone did construction on the courthouse. Anyways, there are a lot of templates that have similar construction but on other buildings. I didn't want to spend too much time on that one, so here we go for another template that's near the hospital, or actually like around the hospital. So this time it is hospital construction, so it's another construction site. I'm sorry if this is getting a little repetitive. I'm pretty sure this is the last construction site we're going to have. Okay, here I am. Let's load this thing up, and there we go. You've got a construction site on the hospital, and similar, I mean, it's just very similar to the one at the bank. You can see there are construction materials on the roof of the hospital and on the side of the hospital. Yeah, that's a lot of construction materials, and you've got scaffolding almost all over the place. A very complete construction site, and yeah, just great for, I guess, a hospital construction roleplay. Anyways, now we're getting to something I know a lot of people love, racing. So here we have a Liberty City Grand Prix. a track that has some challenge to it, not a whole lot, but includes a chicane, I don't know what that is, sharp turns, dirt section, and a little bit more. Took a little bit develop this, counter some hiccups, took a little bit develop this, counter some what? Okay, this took a little bit to develop. We did encounter a few hiccups along the way, but otherwise turned out great. There is a couple sections with barrel cones. That's just because due to the locking position of rotation preventing it going straight down Fairfax. Any and all feedback is greatly appreciated. My DM are always open. Alright, well the only feedback I have for now is correct your grammar here, but other than that, your racetrack looks amazing as far as the photos show me. Okay, here we go. Let's try this racetrack out. I put in all of the options. I did all 7 of these. I also put this, props, add some chairs and cameras at certain points of the track. Not truck. And this one was for the nighttime. Add work lights across the track to lighten up the area. Okay, so actually let's try this during the night. So let me do 23, time 23. There we go. Okay, so racetrack is lit up. This thing looks insane. Oh my gosh, let me put my headlights on. Okay, let's do this. So I think it's this way. You've got chairs and lights all along the racetrack. This thing is so cool. So as you can see, the racetrack goes here. Oh my gosh, this thing is very difficult. You have this little section where you have to do some zigzags. I guess he did warn me about that. Okay, here we go. Up this little road here. Then we're heading next to the hospital, next to the shopping outlets. Oh my gosh, this thing is so long. This must have taken him so much time. It literally just continues on forever. What the heck? Oh my gosh, the dedication, bro. I really respect this guy. Okay, this is the dirt section that he was talking about. Okay, this is not really a race you can go fast, because if you go too fast, then you crash really easily. And there we go. We went through the tunnel, and we are back where we began. This thing is absolutely insane. Whoever made this, you are the GOAT at making racetracks. I cannot believe the amount of time it took you to make this thing. If you're watching the video, man, just please tell us in the comments how much time this took you, because you went from here, you had to build this whole thing from here all along this part. I mean, it's not even loaded, it's so far away. And then you came here, then you went there, then you went there, then you went all the way there. It's so big, like the map is not loaded. And then you made it go through the tunnel, and then we ended up back here at civilian spawn. Wow. I just cannot stop being impressed by this. This is the best. If you guys find this one in the PRC Discord, well, you can find it very easily. Just type in Liberty County Grand Prix and you'll find it. In the templates section, in the templates channel, you should really test this out in your server. It is absolutely gorgeous. Anyways, we are nearing the end. We only have 5 left, so I'm gonna try and do this as quick as possible. So we have a White House RP set up at the hospital, a 3rd one with the hospital. I really hope you guys are not getting bored. All right, there we go. Both of the layouts are loaded up in the game. So let's go and check out the White House at the hospital. All right, okay, not bad. I mean, I would have liked maybe more things at the entrance there, but we've got barriers all around. Okay, not bad. It'd be nice if we had barriers that were like 2 barriers high, because I feel like 1 is a little too low. But yeah, we've got a nice setup here. Barriers all around with lights. Pretty simple. Just a few speed bumps. So very simple. And honestly, not the one I would personally use for a presidential roleplay. The only thing I would change actually to make this better is just having it 2 barriers high, which I know takes 2 times more time, but I think it's 2 times better as well. But yeah, it's very nice, very simple. Definitely something I would use if the barriers were 2 times higher. Okay, now we have something called a diverging diamond interchange. I don't know what that means, so let's check it out. I know it's right here in Springfield, and I know it's some sort of intersection, but I don't know what that means, so let's check it out. Okay, here we go. So let me bring my vehicle to the beginning of this thing so we can actually drive through it. Okay, I like the arrows. I love these arrows. I love when people use the speed bumps as arrows. Maybe not the straightest arrows, but still very nice. This is like a little X, like, you know, the vehicles go from there to there. And is that safe? I feel like that's not the safest type of intersection, but okay. And then you're on the other side of the road, and then you can go back this way. Okay, what's the okay, I don't, let me look at this thing from like higher up. What's the purpose of this? What's the purpose? Is it if you want to change? I don't really know what the use of this is. If you guys know, please tell me in the comments. I'm not a very knowledgeable person, especially in these types of things. So if you guys know what the purpose of this is, then please tell me. I'm sure if I thought about it a little bit longer, I could figure it out, but I'm not sure what it is. Anyways, whatever this guy was trying to make, I think he succeeded. Very, very nice. I love the stop signs here. Wow, this thing is gorgeous. I love the arrows, as I said, and even though I have no clue why this is useful, I like it. Okay, we've got 3 left, and this next one is pretty interesting. I'm not even 100% sure what it's supposed to show in game. So, city only map. This map is designed to guide, if not block, players from staying within the confines of River City. Great for wanting a more compressed city-based experience. Features non-intrusive road blocking, sheriff department connection, fire station 1, police department and jail, and more. Map key, area in green is accessible to players. Okay, so it looks like this guy, what he's done is he's blocked off everything that is not in green right here on the map. So basically preventing people from going beyond the green section, which is great for private servers that want to confine people in a certain area to make the roleplay more compressed. For example, to make the city look busier because the map is so big for the amount of people, for the maximum amount of people that are able to be in the server at once. Okay, here we go. Let's load this thing in, and let's load the second one in as well. Okay, here we go. So let's see what this thing looks like. As you can see, yep, the road is blocked there. And is the road blocked over there as well? Let's go and check it out. All right, so let's say I'm in the server and I want to get out of River City. Let's see how difficult it is for me to get out of River City. So let's say I come down here and okay, wait a second, this is not well done. I can just, what? Okay, well, we already found a spot where I could just go out of the, okay, interesting, and the barriers end right there, so you could actually just bring your vehicle here and go wherever you want on the map. Same thing for right here. Okay, maybe it was just that one spot where there was a mistake. Let's, give him the benefit of the doubt and try and escape another way. The highway is supposed to be blocked, so let's see if we can get onto the highway. I think we can right here. Okay, this is not very difficult to get by. And I don't know why you need to have a ton of materials there. You do not need to have them there. They're useless when they're placed there. Why don't you instead place one of those blocks right here? What is going on? Okay, wait. I feel like I'm outside of the loop right now. Like, I think he just completely forgot to block a part of this thing because, okay, let me go in free cam real quick. If you look here, he basically has an access to the jail and to the sheriff station. But I think you just forgot to block all of this off, because I can just go from here and just drive here, and I'm like outside of the barriers when I'm here. So I don't know. I think this guy, this guy had a good idea, okay, but he just did not execute it very well. It's probably because he didn't have a lot of time. I mean, I gotta give it to him. Doing this is very, very time consuming. So I'm not expecting it to be perfect, but actually no, this part is pretty good. He's blocked all of this off, and we should be able to go to the sheriff station easily. And yeah, as you can see, the exit of the sheriff station is blocked off. However, I can just go onto the highway like this, and I'm literally in a restricted zone. So there are a few inconsistencies around here. There are a few mistakes, but overall, this was a really good idea. As you can see, the farms are blocked off. Like, it was a good idea to begin with. He just didn't execute it very, very well. And I also don't like how all of these barriers are so visible. When you're role-playing, you don't really want to see all of these around. It's not very aesthetic, especially like things like that. So yes, the idea was nice, but maybe what he could do is just have it as multiple layouts and only use very small objects that you can't really see very well, such as crowd fences that are very thin and that are gray, so you can't really see them very well from far away, and they also block very well. Anyways, we've got 2 left. This one is a Springfield car show, and it can fit 24 cars. So let's quickly check this one out. Let's check this car show out. So it's supposed to be a car show, not a car meet. So this is like an official event. And as you can see, the whole main street of Springfield is blocked, and you can see there are 24 parking spots. There are benches all over the place. There's a little camera there. So this is actually really well done. I love how there's these little chairs here for every parking spot. It's just so like realistic, you know, like you park your car there, you kind of like chill here, you talk to people. There's like picnic benches here. Really nice. And you've got this stop sign and the speed bump to make sure people don't go speeding through this place. So this one is a border at High Rock Park. Yes, another border at High Rock Park, but I think this one is a little bit different. I of course did not check this one out beforehand, so we're going to be checking it out together for just a few moments because I think it will still have many similar things to the other one we saw at the beginning of the video. Okay, something's wrong. Something's really wrong with this border. I think this guy just deleted half of it, or more than half probably. So I think what probably happened is by mistake he started deleting things, or maybe he wanted to delete all of it and he just left a few things around. But yeah, when someone owns a template and they share you the code, if they make any edits on their template and you're using their code, then your template will be changed as well. So I guess that's what happened. Anyways, guys, if you did enjoy this video, then make sure to like and also subscribe. Shout out to everyone that made these templates. If you want to check them out, you can just type the things that are in their messages on the PRC Discord in the template, the map editor template channel, and you can find them. So if you want to contact them or whatever, then feel free. But yeah, huge thanks to them. Of course, I don't know them personally. I just took their work without asking, but obviously they posted it in PRC, so it's free for everyone. But yeah, still, thank you to all these people. Most of the designs were absolutely amazing. I love the originality. But yeah, tell me guys in the comments down below which ones you preferred the most. Make like a top 3, like the one you preferred the most, the second one, and then the third one. I would really like to see which ones you guys liked. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.